Alright, I was reviewing my last video that I just uploaded, and I thought about something before that, review. Like, I was thinking about, okay, I mentioned blacking out. Like, I don't black out, right? But I was thinking about when we go to sleep. Like, when people go to sleep, technically, that's a form of blacking out. And a lot of times when I go to sleep, I have these moments where I'm like, I can feel my body doing something, but I'm not in control of it. But as I grew up, I learned how to pull myself out of that predicament and wake up out of my dream or my sleep. Like, I knew how to do it. I learned how to just get off of me. Like, whenever I was sleeping, I felt like something was trying to possess me. And when I was younger, it used to be able to, but now it can't. And, well, lately, I've been noticing that a lot of people tell me that I need to go to sleep. Like, Charles, how long has it been since you slept? It's like, well, what's it to you? Like, why do I have to go to sleep? If I'm not tired, if I'm not sleepy, then I'm gonna stay awake. I mean, one time I was in the mental institution and they had me all drugged up. I've told this story before many times, but in my other channel. And I deleted the videos, and so my original Google account is it's still there, but I can't access it because I didn't know as much as I do now. But now that I know, well, it's kind of interesting. I can stay awake for just days and days, and I don't need to actually take any type of medication to do it. I can do a type of drug or whatever you want to call it, and I can go to sleep. Like, the drug, this particular drug that's supposed to keep you awake, I'm able to go to sleep, or I can stay awake. Like everyone says it does to you. Oh, you're doing something that's keeping you awake. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm doing that. I can do that on my own if I want to. And one time, I was talking about the institution. They had me drugged up pretty bad, and I was awake for 27 days straight. Like, I remember each day. I even tried to hang myself during, like, the ending, towards the end, because I was starting to fucking feel like, I just felt bad, like, all the time. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I can't sleep. I can barely eat. Like, I couldn't piss no more. I couldn't shit. I couldn't do nothing, really. After a while, I was just laying in bed, hour after hour, just there, I was still awake. Like, I'm waiting to die, basically, because I can't do anything anymore. And then they got my blood work back, and they nursed me back to health. They sent me downtown, the Nick's hospital. Well, they made me sign a piece of paper saying that I never have to take any of their medication again, but I can't sue them in the process. And I went in and just signed it, just to get it over with. But, well, those hospitals are closed now. They're not functioning hospitals because there was a lot of complaints about their practice, like what they were doing. So I just felt like, I was an experiment. Like they experimented on me. They wanted to see what would happen. I was awake for 27 days. It was almost like forced. Like I didn't actually try to stay awake on my own. I just could not sleep. The medication just there was something up with it. Well, that drug that they had me on, it was called Invega, which is now a bad drug. Depending on, the reality that you're currently in or creating. Because, you create your reality based off your thoughts, actions, and beliefs. So, whatever you give into will manifest if you focus enough on it. But, well, lately, I've been able to just stay awake. Like, I always like that. I can stay awake for days on end and not even need sleep. But when I would sleep, I would be awake for days and days and days. And then I would sleep for 12 hours straight almost, to try to make up the difference. Well, these last 2 weeks or so, no, that's a lie. This last 3 or 4 days or so, I noticed that I'll go to sleep after a few days, but I can't stay asleep for very long, anymore. I wake up after about an hour or 2, 3 at the most. It's weird. I'm just what the fuck? I know I should sleep more because, I've been up for days. I need sleep. I need to go to sleep. But my body just no, you don't. You're awake. You're good. And I'm just what the fuck? So now I'm starting to get to a point where I can stay awake and I hardly have to sleep at all. Now, the last video I made when I was talking about blackouts, there was one type of way I would black out. And it was when I would get into a fight and they hit me in the back of the head and I blacked out. That was one of the only times I've ever blacked out. I can hardly think of any other times. But it was usually a physical occurrence that caused it to happen. Which is why I promised God that I would never fight again. I never wanted to fight ever again. Because I didn't want to get knocked out. Shit sucks when that happens. When you get knocked out, who knows what's happening to you because you've been blacked out. You've been knocked out. So, now, not only am I able to not black out from sleeping in peace, and also I don't black out from the physical reality. I'm becoming immune to both. Both versions of this blackout. So, whenever people tell me, you need to go to sleep, bro, you need to go to sleep, otherwise you're gonna go crazy. That's one house of the angels. Go to sleep, bro. Go to sleep so that way we can have a chance to take over your body. And the other house of the angels is come on, man, go get in a fight. fight somebody so that way you can possibly get knocked out and we can take over your body. That's what it feels like. To me right now, that's how I see it. Like, when it comes to, the two forms of knocking out. Yeah. Sandalafan is the master of music and the protector of unborn children that reaches from earth to heaven. And Metatron is the master of all the angels. Like, he is the highest angel. There's no other angel that's higher than him, technically. But when he gets challenged, when somebody challenges Metatron, they are the evil ones. Technically. Like, oh, you're challenging God. Like, you're trying to, go against the authority, the most powerful. You shouldn't be doing that. And then when I become Sandalafan, they're telling me, you need to leave everyone alone. Don't even try to tell anyone what to do because you're not the boss. So I end up getting challenged by a higher authority, I guess you could call it. That's what it seems like is happening when I am conversating with people. Like, I'm just like, that's interesting. Like, that person that I consider my girlfriend / ex-girlfriend now, I understand now why there would be moments where, like, she agreed with everything I said. Like, she was just like, wow, baby, you're amazing. Like, you're able to just figure out anything. You're smart. Like, she was just so supportive, like, in me. And when she was so supportive in me, the reason why was because I was Metatron at that time. Like, I was the highest rank. And every time she disagreed with everything I said and told me things like, you have a memory problem and you need to deal with your issues and stop blaming me, and like, when she was just real negative, like all the time. And I just look, baby, when she was like this, this is when I would accuse her of, like, lying to me about things and not being able to stay consistent about what she was telling me. And then I would go and look for evidence about it. Right. But when I was Metatron, I could do no wrong. Like, everything I said was just amazing. Like, she just couldn't get enough. Like, baby. And then I thought about something she told me a long time ago. She told me that sometimes when I speak, God is speaking through me. Like, she can hear God in me coming out, telling her what she needs to hear. But then there'll be times where she'll tell me, you're not God. You don't know God. There's only one God, and I'm a child of God. And those voices in your head, you just need to get that shit taken care of because it's ruining our relationship. And I'm just like, you don't sound like the person that I fell in love with right now. You sound like a completely different person right now. You sound like somebody that's a faker, like a hacker, somebody that's pretending to be you, but isn't you. And then she's like, no, baby, it is me. This is me. I'm talking to you. And well, it is her. Like, she'll show me her. Like, we'll talk on the phone and it's her. It's her face. It's her body. That is her. But what she's telling me and how she's reacting, it's different. Like, it's not her. And I felt like I was going crazy for a little bit because one minute I'm like, wow, she's so sweet and kind and loving, and we're having such a good time. We laugh so much together. Like, we love each other so much. Like, there's nothing that can get in the way of our love. We're gonna be happy together, and we're gonna, well, make a future together. But then when the other side comes out, my other side comes out, and I start seeing all these things about her that she says she doesn't have any memory of at all. But there's just so much hacking. Like, she creates all these profiles, and she even took over my old profile, and she tells me she doesn't have anything to do with it, that nobody's, making her do it. But there is someone making her do it. And I thought it was somebody on the outside of, but it's not on the outside that's making her do it. It's on the inside. The inside is making her do this. Like, she's getting possessed when she's lying to me. And then I get possessed when I'm trying to relay truth, like, in a way. Like, we're always like, wait, there's times where we're just, boom, we're together. Like, yes, there's nothing that can break this link. And I know that I get possessed because I lose my cool. Like, I can get real angry real fast. Like, I mean, super fast. Like, to the point where people literally don't want to be around me when I get this way. Like, they are scared to death of me. Right? It's very, very interesting. I don't like that. Like, causing someone to feel like fear from me. I really don't like that. I like to make people happy. Like, I like to make people feel safe. Like, usually people can sleep around me, and well, they usually tell me that they had the best sleep of their life. They've never slept that good. And it's because, well, I put them to sleep. I bring rest, right? But since I'm the protector of unborn children, when I do this, I'm supposed to allow the angels to take over their bodies. Like, yes, use your powers. Use your ability to bring rest so that way we have a chance to take over them. Thank you for helping us. But then Metatron comes out of me and says, get away from them. Get away from them. Leave them alone. Do not do that to them. And then the angels are like, what? You were just on our side a little while ago. Now you're against us. Yes, because I'm not Sundar anymore. I'm Metatron, and you obey me. So, yeah, I go back and forth. Like, I'm able to do this. Like, it's my God-given ability. I'm tired of this separation. And then they're both, the fallen angels and the angels above, they both do the same thing, but in a different way. The ones that like to knock you out when you're awake, and the ones that like to take over your body when you're asleep. Damn. All right. Angels from heaven, you better start listening to me from now on. And angels that have fallen, I am not going to allow you to do this to us anymore. Because now, Metatron and Sandalavon are together. We're here together now. We see what y'all been doing. You both are at fault. When Jesus went into the wilderness and got lost and was tempted by Satan, he became Christ, Lord Jesus, because they came together and they made God and Satan listen because they wouldn't listen. Now there was someone there that made them all listen because they were stronger together. And now that's what's happening to me. I've become the one that can defeat both sides at the same time. And that's why I get lashed at by both sides, because I refuse to take sides of what is one. We are all one. Now, no more. We are infinity before one. We are both sides of the spectrum at the same time. This is what it is truly like to be multiple dimensional beings. This is what it's like to be Alpha and Omega. Now it becomes so much clearer to me. Yeah, it really has, huh? Now I know why so many voices come out of me and so many different sides to me. We're all in here. Like a long time ago on my last channel, I remember studying all the angels and demons and anything I could think of and called them all out by name, and I felt them on top of me and they pushing me down like this, and I felt like I was going to just die. And then all of a sudden my wings grew and I just let go. And they couldn't believe what happened. Like, they were shocked that I was able to just say no more. All right. Now the game has become more than just a game. Angels that have fallen and angels that have risen, I'm gonna destroy both of you if you do not change what you are doing. And then I'm going to recreate you. Or you can just listen to God. I mean, is it really that hard for you all to just be good? And because first came the Word, and the Word was good, and the Word said, "Let there be light," and thus Lucifer Jesus, when he died, he asked his Father, "Why hast thou forsaken me?" Because you turned your back on your Father and decided to be God. So I just expressed both sides of the spectrum. And I've always liked treating everyone equally. Like, this is something that I like to do. I like to be equal to all of you. And I am now. Now I know fallen angels and risen angels are both at fault. They're not good or bad. They're wrong. They are wrong for what they have done. And now that I know, I can defy the laws of what is considered normal, because God has chosen me to have both the fallen and the risen inside one vessel. They say that there is no such thing as a perfect man. Well, you know what? I don't believe in that anymore. I will be your perfect man. I will be the man that decided, you know what? We're not gonna put up with your bullshit no more. Both sides are gonna feel my power, because now I am God in the flesh, and I'll consider that not a synchronicity, not a coincidence, but me inside out together forever. And now I love all of you to the point where you will all die. Wow. That sounds different, doesn't it? Yes, it does sound different. Okay. This is Yenon. Yen and on. Omega is beyond. I don't know what else to say. I guess enough has been said now. I'm coming for you all.